What is up? What is up, guys? This is the Merc with the mic, and this is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Red Cyclone Inc. I'm Merc with the mic, and I'm joined by the Louis Beans.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up? Pretty much a recap, shoot the shit cast today because this is like 1 week into the Royal Rumble, so it's like that blank area.
Yeah, I got you.
Where nothing fully is built yet, but there are matches already announced, so we could talk about those and everything like that. First of all, we're gonna talk about some of the news that's going on in pro wrestling today.
Okay.
Right now, there's a lot of guys' contracts are expiring, and there are a few big names in the wrestling universe that is looking to come back to WWE. Or joining WWE for the first time. Okay. So the first one I'm going to talk about, we were just having a little discussion before that with Impact and stuff like that, is EC3.
Oh man, I know this dude. He's got a look, he's got a personality, but what do you think he'll go?
He was in NXT.
Oh, how about that? Like, how long ago was that?
The beginning of NXT.
When
he was part of the last season with Daniel Bryan, Johnny Curtis, and all them. He was part of that season.
Okay.
And then he was in NXT when it became what it was. I think he was in the title tournament for the NXT title. He was there. He had a lot of hair. He had long hair this time during that time.
Okay.
You just see him, then you're like, "Oh shit, that's him."
Got you. Was he good? Did he stand out?
He got better when he was in Impact. I think he developed his character better in Impact. He was still learning the ropes when he was at NXT, so it was too young to really tell how good he was going to be.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I'll say that he had a better time in Impact Wrestling. He had some memorable matches, things with memorable rivalries. With the iconic Matt Hardy. This was before the broken character.
Okay.
He had a really good rivalry with him. He also had it with broken Matt Hardy. I think them two at it, they had some really good stuff going with each other.
So at that time, were those two like the main event? Yeah.
Okay. Matt Hardy made himself like the premier champion kind of thing when he won the belt. He was the iconic Matt Hardy. And this was when he was bragging about all the money he had and how he's the best world champion because he's always showing that belt everywhere he goes. And he was kind of doing what Ric Flair used to do, as in he used to go to town to town with the NWA title and show why he's champion. That's what Matt Hardy was doing with the Impact title. It was that he was going to ROH shows and fucking he was going to any other shows with the Impact Championship, saying that he's the best champion and he should this and that. And I think this is also during the time when he won the ROH title as well.
Okay, what I remember was that was the period when that's before like the Bucks blew up. There was that explosion with Matt Hardy, and he was the one traveling. Like you said, from town to town, but basically from indie promotion, and whatnot. And I remember that. Yeah.
So so that was during that time of that part. So basically, EC3 is a good. He developed himself as a main eventer in TNA. I think he had a better career going for him in TNA than he had in WWE at the time. So it'll be interesting to see him come in. I think he'll be going directly to NXT. I think because right now, especially during WrestleMania time, there's going to be a lot of call-ups. And between those call-ups, there's going to be guys to replace those call-ups.
I see.
So they always do that time during WrestleMania season. So I see Authors of Pain going up. There's a lot of teas of Alex Black going up, which I think he just got there, and I think they should have him a little bit longer.
Yeah, me too.
Because in the end of the day, like everyone still sees it as development, but the thing about it being development, it is development, but it's development more on the house shows than the TV shows. The TV shows are their established guys, and the guys that are like probably on the graduating class. Those are the seniors. Those are the dudes that have been there for a long time and really took everything that they learned from NXT and now putting it on TV.
Yeah.
When you go to the house shows, you see a lot of new games and new people that you've never seen before. You actually see them wrestle, and that's where you start establishing their names and stuff like that during the house shows.
Like for the lucky people who got to see them, you got to see people like Mandy Rose.
Yeah.
And what's the name of the what is it, Candice LeRae?
Yeah.
And stuff like you get to see them actually there when they're not on TV.
I think Candice LeRae is actually going to be on TV soon. I think she may have a part of the match of the Cianamas and Gargano match.
Oh, for real? Okay.
But she's just got signed.
Got you. Okay.
She just signed with WWE. So but you'll see like girls like this one one we liked in the Mae Young Classic. What's her name?
Was Bianca Belair?
Well, you see her on NXT shows, like the house shows. You've been seeing her on there. You've been seeing Rhea Ripley there. Okay. You see Dakota Kai there.
Yeah, but she was just on this week, so they go back and forth and stuff. Okay. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, they do use their newer talent as the jobbers and stuff like that. So they probably give them a different name while they're jobbing, and then there'll be another character when they actually develop and they put on TV.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. But you see a lot of those things, especially in NXT.
Where you got to see a lot of Street Profits when they were doing the little phone videos first. And then they came up to the main show, and then you started to actually see them on the main shows. Yeah.
Yeah, and that dude, the dude that's in that team, what's his name?
Which one, Dawkins or the other guy?
He's been there for a while.
He's been there for a while.
He's been in NXT probably since when Seth Rollins was there.
Ah, wow.
He's been there for a while. He lost a lot of weight. He reminds me of D'Lo Brown.
Okay.
He looks like D'Lo Brown.
I can see that.
Yeah, he's been there for quite some time. I think he finally found his niche with his tag team partner and stuff. Because before they just paired him with random people, or he just jobbed to people most of the time.
Yeah.
Because he's a big guy too, so basically they'll use him as a big guy jobber kind of thing.
And he's as long as he's been there, the one thing I picked up on him is that at least he's charismatic. So
yeah, and he loves his job. He shows it every time he does wrestle. He always has good matches when he does job. He's more of the enhancement job match. Like, he's the one that's going to give you a match, but he's going to lose.
Yeah.
He's not the one that's going to get squashed.
So he's like Raul Mendoza.
Yeah. And he was that in the same predicament. It was Raul Mendoza. Yeah. And the funny thing, that's the thing with Raul Mendoza is he looks like he's 15 years old.
So he can stay there forever.
Yeah, his braces don't help him either. He's an amazing talent, but I don't see him getting much because his look is just very
generic.
Yeah.
He just looks like generic, maskless luchador.
Yeah.
Because of the way
if they give him a mask. Maybe if they give him a mask and a new character, he'll really make something of it. But as him without a mask and like that, he's very plain looking. But I think he needs
he needs some flash.
Yeah.
To go with him. I think he needs to lose the vest and maybe get a mask, maybe get a partner. I don't know, but he needs some flash. Because that boy can wrestle though. His match with Gargano, his match last week, he has some really good matches. Match with Cassius Ohno, dude, he is good.
Yeah,
he's real good. But yeah, I know what you mean by the people who are in the dark.
Yeah. So if you don't know, this is my explanation of what NXT is now. NXT right now is very profitable part of WWE. They sell out shows, they sell out marquee shows. They're another piece of money coming to WWE's pocket. As much as people bitch, there's not a lot of crowds in Raw or SmackDown. You got to realize NXT, if wherever shows are not sold out for Raw or SmackDown, NXT is making the most of it, and that they were helping out in that sense. So they have 3 very profitable shows going all around the world. 3 shows with a bunch of different rosters going all around the world and making selling out shows. So NXT is a big part of that, and you do need their names. I kind of wish, and I was saying this, a lot of people don't agree with me. I want NXT mainstays. I don't want everyone to get called up. I want guys that just, if you see NXT, you know them for NXT, and that's it.
You know, I agree with that, but you know what would help that is if WWE itself would help reinforce that by not having the commentators talk about NXT like it's developmental.
Yeah.
That kind of hurts it, because
the only person that always oversells NXT is Graves, and I love Graves for that.
Yes.
He educates you on what they did in NXT instead of everyone else like, oh, they're from NXT, they lost this, they did that. No, he really shows why they were in NXT, and that's one thing I always give credit.
You know who else does it, but won't give much credit because nobody watches 205? Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah, Nigel does it. Even, you know what? Even Saxon does it from time to time. Because he was part of that NXT crow too.
That's true.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my biggest explain, like me explaining NXT to everyone. You realize like how much money they're making off of NXT. They sell out every show. Every time they're in the city, they sell out every single show.
And they sell out Brooklyn.
I've been to 2 house shows, and I've been to every single NXT Brooklyn. And every single show I loved. I enjoyed every single show I went to, even the house shows. The house shows were freaking fun. Julio was with me the last one in the Garden.
Okay.
You were in Brooklyn with us, which we might be doing it again this year.
All right, cool.
And then it's just an amazing atmosphere. Like the crowd is just so much into it. The matches are freaking get you glued to it, and it's a reason why he's doing it, because I think their writing is very simplified, but really good. They like, all right, these two are gonna fight for this, and that's it. Now just build the story, and then you have some good storylines, so like that, but they're all simplified. They're not like over the top. They're not that. They're your basic wrestling storylines. Simple makes things better. Sometimes that's the way it is.
You know, NXT to me looks like what, and I don't want to disparage it because I don't watch it as much. But NXT seems to me like what ROH would be if it had a TV budget.
Yeah.
Like a big TV budget.
Yeah. I think NXT was kind of made to rival ROH. In the first the beginning sense of what it became. Yeah. I think it was to rival its own independent, make it look like its own independent league.
Yeah, but like I definitely see like if ROH had the money to like put on the shows they put on, like the the arena shows, the big arena shows, like I think that's basically the equivalent. It's just like this would be Ring of Honor.
I also think
like these guys who are really good coming from from everywhere else.
Like to promote NXT champion, make sure like that they were NXT champion. That was a main fucking belt. Yes. And not just like, oh, he was NXT champion, but he's in the big leagues now. Don't say it like that.
Yes, this is true.
I hate when they do that, because especially JBL. JBL had a habit of doing that, and he used to really piss me off with that. Like, how you gonna downsize the fucking NXT belt? They sold out arenas and main evented, and their main event was better than all your events.
True story.
Yeah. So I hate when they do that. I wish they stopped doing that. NXT should be its own thing. It should be its own brand, and honestly, it should rival. Like if they're doing the next draft, NXT should be part of that draft.
I got you.
Maybe put some guys back in NXT that could really develop a character that makes something worthwhile. They used to do that.
Well, can they separate 205 as well, or is that still like a whirlpool like that's attached to Raw?
Yeah, it's a whirlpool that's attached to wall that if you're under 205 pounds, you're there.
Like, okay, here's my thing about that is that what you're saying sparks that thing inside of me that goes, well, okay, if you want 205 to succeed, you need to take better guys from all 3 other shows.
Yeah.
So you need to find the best of the 205 from all 3 shows and put them on there, not just the ones who won or who shined in the Cruiserweight Classic from whatever. How many years ago was that? Was it 2 years by now?
2 years ago.
we're still coasting off of 2 years ago with that show. Like, it's kind of sad. It really is.
What I think what hurt one, I always will say this, and this was one of my first biggest complaints of 205, is the way it's filmed, and it's filmed after SmackDown. That's not fair.
This is true.
Then you're just pretty much doing a tournament feel to it, and 205, like where they still had them shaking hands and shit, annoyed the shit out of me. It was like, it's not a tournament feel. They gotta stop that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everyone kind of wrestles the same, and they're not really promoting the ones that are different in that sense. Like I feel Jack Gallagher should be a bigger star, even though he is extremely charismatic in that area, but his matches show for himself. Like he's a different kind of cruiserweight. He does a lot of submissions. He does like things like that. I think everyone kind of else resembles each other. They're doing a lot of big hype impact, a lot of big flips. But you also got to realize it's wrestling also. Ground wrestling, have different styles in that format. That's why Oney Lorcan would be great for that. That's why Tommy could be really great for this. Because they all wrestle differently.
That's why Neville was so good.
That's why Neville was the man, because he wrestled differently. Especially when he became heel, he became more fucking sadistic with it. He used to do that top rope suplex. That suplex was probably the worst looking top rope suplex, and not in a bad way. It looked like it hurt like a motherfucker.
And
then he'll do that fucking red arrow on your back.
On your back, yeah.
Neville's really missing that division. I truly miss him in that division because I think he was such. I think he was beyond the 205 level, and I think he made that title look like it was a championship to be won, and not some just joke around someone's waist.
You know, the more I think about it, it was like the reason I think that he wanted to leave was because of how it is, you know, the way it's set up.
Yeah.
But I think if they made it a stronger division, that people like him wouldn't want to leave.
Make it like NXT. Like 205 is NXT, but with 205-pound wrestlers. So develop it like that. Very simple storylines, but very high point on the belt. The belt is the main goal. Everyone's goal is that belt.
And I was going to say, one of the things I noticed about NXT is they have a lot of great guys who are under 205 as well, and they can go for the main belt, no problem.
Half the roster is under 205.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But, like, they have zero problems. Johnny Gargano is very believable.
You see him as a champion. You don't see him, he's 205. No, you see him as a champion.
Shit, I would say even if they were separate and it was Ciampa somehow going for the belt, I could see him as champ. I could see Oney Lorcan as champ. I could see like just the way they present the guys.
Yeah,
they do that thing that I was saying before that the main roster does not do. The main roster is stars only.
Yeah,
it's literally just, we don't care how good you are. You see that with Finn Balor. It's like I give you a chance.
I won't go to the full main roster because I think SmackDown highlights more of the newer guys more than Raw does.
But I mean, as far as feeling like anybody can get that shot, it's like you still feel like, no, it's this guy's time.
Yeah.
No, it's that guy's time, because you can visibly see the push.
And I feel like they need to stop that, because during like the big times during the Attitude Era, you had like 6 guys, maybe to 8 guys going for the WWE title, and then you had other ones like teasing going up there as well. You had a full probably 10 guys going for the IC title. You had you had so many different rivalries and so many different ways of building up a number one contender. You could add certain elements into it that made things more interesting, because not everyone fought the same fucking person every day.
Also, here's the thing I bet you that people won't really realize is that between all the shows, there's more than enough people to go around, so that the size of the roster is not a problem.
No, it's not at all. It's
not. There's people who aren't on TV.
You know what's funny is that we talk about this all the time. It's like not everyone needs to be on TV every day. I don't need to see everyone every day. I don't need to see Seth Rollins versus Sheamus for the fucking goddamn 50th time.
Like, yeah, we know they're good. We know they're good.
Yeah,
they're gonna deliver a quality match, but like, let them rest up and do other stuff.
Yeah, have Seth Rollins fight. What else? What's a guy that hasn't been shown on TV in a while, and actually have him have a competitive match?
I was gonna say Bray Wyatt, but they kind of tied that out.
Yeah, but I would say like but to have different people fighting, I think the Raw roster is a bigger roster. Have Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil more on TV.
Exactly. Like, fight other people. That's the thing that hurts them, is that whenever they here's a prime example of what hurt Apollo Crews, is that whenever he fought, he ended up fighting a person who you definitely knew was being pushed ahead for something. Like he fought Baron Corbin. We all knew where he was headed towards. He was headed towards the mid-tier belt / could be going for the championship. But that was a guy that you knew was getting a direct push in a certain direction. Yeah. So you were like, Apollo Crews is not gonna beat him. Yeah. And it's like Apollo Crews could have fought somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it bugs me because there's guys that's not on TV. It bugs me.
It also does different ways that you could actually have people do certain things and still like get a win or something like that. It doesn't always have to be that win right then and there. Like say for instance the Baron Corbin Apollo Crews. You can have Apollo Crews still win the match and just have a character-wise and Baron Corbin attacking him after the match because he's pissed off about this shit.
True enough.
You can have you're gonna win, but you're gonna suffer the consequences.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of things like that, and it's sad to see, especially on Raw, because I think Raw is such a long show that you have such a big roster on Raw. There's more people on Raw than SmackDown, but SmackDown has a way of utilizing everybody on a 2-hour show that Raw just puts their main. Raw puts maybe guarantee 5 dudes to make sure they're on TV, and the rest is extra shit.
Yes. And they also come up with things to get people who weren't there back on, like Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
They found a reason to get him back on television if he's not in any of the main storylines. It's like, if he was on Raw, he'd have been shit out of luck.
Yeah.
He'd just been sitting somewhere.
And I hope they start using Ty. There's a lot of rumors of Ty getting a push for his heel. He's about to turn like fully heel on TV. So there's a big way of, I think I see him getting a big push off of that, especially for the U.S. title division, because I think the U.S. title division could be really different if you don't put one of the predictable winners. I think if you put like Xavier Woods or Mojo Rawley to win,
yes,
I think that would be the best bet for it, because you see a new superstar with a belt that it wasn't predicted. Because right now, predicted like the U.S. title is going to be Jinder Mahal or Bobby Roode. Those are the 2 main things. But imagine if Xavier Woods wins it.
Yeah. Also, that would open up more combinations of, individual wrestlers fighting each other, because
and
then
different matches.
Because then if they do the New Day,
and they're going to do the New Day rule.
I know you call it the free bird, but at this point, it's the New Day rule. Yeah. Like if you do the New Day rule, you could get it's literally every match times 3.
Yeah.
And it's a singles match this time. So it's another way to spice up the division.
And they're probably the most popular people on the roster, and they are like that. And from putting them in the U.S. title division to help new guys, like you could have Todd Dillinger be the heel of them, or have fucking Jinder Mahal and his lackeys go against them, because there'll be a trio now. They always there's a lot of things you could do with that.
They still got Rusev Day to pester them if they're not going to win the tag titles.
I'm very scared of what they're going to do with Rusev Day.
I still think maybe they don't need tag titles. I would prefer it to have a situation where it's still Rusev being the more successful wrestler, and Aiden English is the hype man.
Yeah,
that's how I like it. I like him kind of being on the lower end, like they're not even on that tag team. Is Rusev is the more successful of the 2.
Yeah, I would like them to keep them as a tag team though.
I wouldn't say get rid of it, but like
Yeah.
They could have stuff to do. If Rusev can also go for like the US title and win, or can go for something, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like they should stay as a tandem though. I feel like I think Adrian English really helped him with that character. So he helped that character get over, and I feel like they should not break him up anytime soon because what rumor is that they're gonna break him up and make Rusev face.
Well, what's the point of breaking him up if you're gonna take away the guy that basically made him a face?
Exactly. So I was like, don't do anything with it. Leave Rusev alone. I think the character is building up, and everyone has to stop like rushing things. Give things time. Let them develop and let them go. Rusev will have his time, but it will take his time.
You know what I also think? They'll benefit from interaction with the Ascension. I think they'll benefit from interaction with Breezango and maybe even the Bludgeon Brothers. Like, but like,
yeah, exactly.
But like a comical, you know, scenario.
Yeah.
So that's what they excel at.
Yeah.
Don't just suddenly get them serious now. Keep them at, you know, comical as they are. But if they interact with other comical teams, it could lead to more funny stuff.
Yeah. And the great thing about it, like say here on SmackDown, Breezango took the win off of Rusev Day. That's great. Reason why? Because you didn't expect Breezango to win that match. I didn't.
Exactly.
And it puts more emphasis on the tag team division, as in anyone could win, anyone could go for these belts right now.
Yep. Exactly.
And it makes it more fun to watch, especially because the SmackDown tag team division is fucking hot.
Yes, it is. And there's so many teams now that are active.
Yeah. And and you could have imagine fucking WrestleMania having bringing back the TLC tag championship match for SmackDown.
Okay.
That would be fucking crazy.
Yep.
Like having a big match like that. And you can see these guys all know how to work together, even in the Fatal 4-Way. Yes. That these guys have timing really good with each other, that they could do these big matches and still be really good.
I was about to say, yeah, because like you could definitely bring back a big match like that because they all work well together in a scramble.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're good like that.
And these guys are all like, I think they all were in development during the same time as NXT as well. So that's the reason why you see a lot of the timing and the chemistry of all these guys, because they all worked together for years.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier and Breeze were the ones that really pushed Rusev in NXT.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things like that they could do, and it's like a big state of wrestling wise of what we're talking about is there's a lot of things that are going well, especially on SmackDown side, because I think they're doing things a little bit better. But I feel like also fans have to be patient. Fans are not patient. Fans always want people rush, especially if they're a fan of the person. They don't realize it's a development thing still. No matter what, you go to a main roster, you're starting from day one and you're being developed into a household name now.
Yep.
So like with Finn Balor, I understand. Like I get pissed on how he's used, especially because he was a Universal title champion. But you got to realize also is like little by little they building. They have something for him, and he's little by little going towards it.
I think I don't know what it was that they had in mind before.
Yeah.
But I think after everybody got sick, that like really put maybe a reset in their mind on, okay, maybe we need to rethink this.
Yeah.
Because we have very capable people here that work well with this guy, you know?
Yeah. And honestly, like he would be perfect for the IC championship. Him and Reigns had some really good matches. So I wouldn't mind seeing Balor versus Reigns for the IC championship.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind it. I mean,
develop the IC title right now on Raw. That's the best thing running on Raw is the IC title. I like Reigns as IC champ. His matches are fucking the best things on Raw.
And I appreciate that there are now more factions.
Yeah.
Because
everyone has a gang now.
That's really what I wanted was for there to be more. Because after the New Day left, that was like a big void.
Yeah.
And that was three people. So like now they're finally doing the club thing. They're calling it straight up Balor Club.
Yeah.
That's fine, but the thing I like is that the past 2 matches they've had has been really good.
Yes.
So I like where this is going. I don't know if they're bad or good though. I just see Finn smiling and the other two just being jerks. I don't know what that means.
I could see Finn going. I could see them pushing Finn to go heel a little bit.
But is he just gonna smile? Because isn't even when he's bad, isn't that just what he does?
Yeah, he smiles. Well, when he's heel, he's more like fucked up in the ring. Like he'll go for your leg and try to break your shit. When he was in New Japan he was New Japan as a heel, he was more submission wrestler and he went for like takedowns and to fucking end your career kind of shit.
Okay.
So I would like to, honestly, I would like to see a different character on Balor. If he could go heel and actually make it work, I think it'll build him up to be a better babyface.
Okay.
Down the road. So it all matters, and also Reigns is the perfect person to try it on because them two have really good chemistry in the ring, especially for him being his size and Reigns being his size. Reigns works really good with him.
It's unfortunate though that Dean Ambrose is hurt because you could have had the Club versus Shield.
Yeah, you could have had that, and and then now you have Jason Jordan part of the Shield.
Is he not really a part of the Shield? I don't think they count him though.
They're the Champions Club now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, look. Yeah. You see what happened? If Brock Lesnar had lost that belt, Roman Reigns had took it from like Braun Strowman or something, they would all have red belts. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
still want that.
Messed it up for you. Now you got to wait 9 months.
Boo.
And I think when Dean Ambrose comes back, I think he's going straight heel.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, which would be great.
Has he ever done that before? Like
no.
Because I mean,
you know what's funny? I think for this whole time during the last couple of years, Dean Ambrose probably been the best baby face, like best reaction baby face of the WWE. He gets a big pop when he comes out. He knows how to get the crowd going. All his matches when he does, the crowd's behind him. Bet you when his music hits, when he returns, he's gonna get a super pop. Dean Ambrose was probably the best he was the best babyface for a while. Like he was that guy. Like you saw him, you wanted to cheer the guy because he was gonna do something crazy.
Yeah, he's one of the few people that can make a regular jumping move off of the top turnbuckle look ridiculous.
Yeah, because even Seth Rollins didn't get the reaction that he wanted. Reigns never gets the reaction he wants. Balor's the next one that's pretty up there with the pop. Like he gets a huge pop when he comes in. Maybe his entrance too is like the entrance makes everyone pop because everyone participates.
This is true.
So it's one or the other, but Balor's another one that's a big baby face in the ring that he should be used more as a baby face. I need Lesnar to lose the belt. I need Lesnar to get you off of the Universal title because honestly, I do not care for that belt at all.
Yeah, it kind of just turns it into like this is a sideshow attraction.
Yeah, really I really, and now I'm like every time I see him, my girl always says he looks like the dude from Toy Soldiers. No, small soldiers. Yeah. So every time I see him now, I see him, and I'm like, damn it.
That's funny.
Yeah, because even like my girlfriend actually started watching more wrestling. She follows and shit. She watched Total Divas with me. She didn't want to admit. Like I went through the whole thing of Total Divas because of Josh, and I was like, all right, Josh, I'll go through it. And I enjoyed most of it, but then I started hating a lot of people too.
You know that show does not make Lana look good.
Well, she is kind of annoying. She's really annoying in that show. You know who? These are the people I don't like in the show. I don't like Natty. I don't like Lana. The Bellas are iffy. They could be annoying at times. Like right now, the main people I watch for the show for is Naomi, Alexa Bliss, and Nia Jax. Because they're hilarious. They're funny. Okay. They're fun to see. Other than that, I really don't care about anyone else on the show. And when Jey Uso's there, Jey is hilarious.
Okay. You know, I'm probably not alone in thinking that Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax need like their own show.
Yeah.
Like a small show. Maybe like a 15-minute thing where it's just them bugging out or something. Show. Yeah, something. Is she small? Yeah.
You know what? I need them to be more of a team. True. I don't like the banter they're doing right now. Like Alexa Bliss kind of fell off as champion right now because the whole absolution thing. I don't blame her. I blame the way they booking her.
Yeah, basically.
And she just took a step. She took a step back. She had an amazing match with Asuka. I actually really liked that match. I thought it was very aggressive, and that's probably a better side. And people gotta realize also she fought Asuka a lot in NXT and house shows. She has a big thing with Asuka, and she actually had some great matches with Asuka. That was probably some of her best things in NXT.
Gotcha.
So, like, I really wish they bring back that champion that I really enjoyed with Alexa Bliss, that fucking arrogant, I'm the best champ, instead of being the scared one. But I would like her and Nia Jax to actually have that Team Rude on TV and actually have a full Team Rude thing, because I feel that little jibber jabber is kind of annoying.
It's all right. The thing I find flat about those two in particular is just the way this. You can tell that they're not allowed to really have a full conversation.
Yeah,
they're regulated to the backstage wrestle talk. Here's a few sentences. I'm gonna stand here and make this face while you walk away.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing that is unfortunate, because when you see them just naturally react, having fun, is way different.
Yeah, and I feel like I think them two being natural and reacting naturally is probably better than what people do. The fact that they naturally do this together. So I think they should be more. If all the girls are gonna have factions to Rumble, let them have one too.
This is true.
And then you could build it up and have them have such a good friendship, and then you could fucking tear it down when it gets to that top tier of them being together, kind of shit,
And either way they want to play it, it works, because you could already see that Nia is telling her she wants the belt anyway. Mm-hmm. But the way they could play it is they could tear it down and break up the friendship, or they could make it a rivalry, which either way I like.
Yeah.
Like, because Nia wouldn't turn on her unless she did something. So they don't have to make Alexa a backstabber, but that would be the obvious way to play up her personality.
Yeah.
Would she backstab her best friend? No.
I miss her promos. She has such amazing promos. Mm-hmm. Like, get back into that, because right now, and then the sad news with Paige. All right, we went like way off from what we were talking about in the beginning. So I'm gonna say the last things that are supposed to be happening with the signings, and then I'll talk about Paige's injury.
Okay.
And then we can go back to what we're doing. So you got EC3, we got Ricochet might be coming to NXT. He just did his last match part of PWG, and I think he did his last match in New Japan.
Okay, really?
So he may be coming to NXT, and then War Machine may be coming to WWE.
And War Machine is who? A person? That's a tag team, right?
It's a tag team. That was they were the IWGP champions for a while. They won the ROH titles for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
They're two like fat Sheamus looking guys.
Sheamus looking dudes? Like they're
like Irish.
Irish.
They're like Vikings. They look like Vikings and shit.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So they're a great tag team. I see them going NXT, but I can see the main roster being something for them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are these people see? The way that this is, a lot of these people are established. Like, but I don't know, because I know Ricochet has been on TV and stuff.
Well, Ricochet was Prince Booba.
Yeah. I was about to say he was on Lucha. So, does he benefit more going to NXT or to the main roster?
I say NXT just because he does need work on the mic.
Okay.
And I think he could be a big star in NXT.
Is he 205 pounds? Because you think they're going to stick him on that show?
I could see them going. I could see him being a big part of 205 Live, but let him establish himself in NXT before he goes.
See, look, okay, I just thought about that. If he went to, and I know this is fantasy booking because these are a lot of guys who are enjoying success on the indies, but if you put him, I say if you took him, Will Ospreay, and Marty Scurll, and put them all on 205 Live, that'd be a better show. because they're all under that weight.
Well, you have you have two styles that are very similar,
and they can do their flippy stuff together.
One that's different.
But the thing about those two is that if you put them together, they can do their, Sentai stuff. They can do their Sentai stuff.
But the funny shit is the fact that they have a lot of guys that could already do that. They have that in Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali, fucking Great Natali, fucking TJ Perkins. TJ Perkins should be used more.
Well,
I wish he had a better personality, but wrestling wise, he's probably the best wrestler in 205 Live.
Yeah, he probably is. He really is. Yeah. I was gonna say, I just realized he did just come back recently too.
Yeah,
and he's
really good. Like, he's really good in the ring. He's very polished in the ring. Like, he used his veteran skills because he is there. He's been there for years. Like, he looks like he's 15 years old, but that dude's like almost 35, 36 years old. Yeah, so use him for your, because he's that different kind of wrestler. Like, he's not flipping all the time. He's doing a lot of submissions. He's doing a lot of holds and shit like that.
He has a lot of everything. He has striking. He has high flying. He has submission. Yeah. I just feel like what hurts him is his mic. Like, he's not that great on the mic, but if he's a bit more aggressive on the mic and very straight to the point, I think he could do better. But they do have a lot of those guys that, like Ricochet and all them, some can do. That's the thing, is that the roster, they don't have a bad roster. They have a really good roster. It's just they don't know how to use it right. But they are they. It's not that they're bad. It's that a lot of these guys are charisma vacuums.
Yeah.
It's like when they smile and talk, some of them just don't seem natural at all.
Yeah.
And I think that the thing that's wrong with maybe WWE style is that it's because it's so on a mainstream level, it's hard to have the nuances between good and bad.
Yeah.
On TV, where a guy is like, he's kind of both, because typically you want to go good or bad.
Yeah.
When you go in that big, so I think that hurts those guys.
This is when the whole NXT style could help. Is the fact that NXT is more of a small scale, so basically the promos are very short. They're probably less than 2 minutes long.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's going straight to the point. And that's the thing, is that a lot of these promos cannot be about everything. It has to be about the one goal, is that fucking NXT title. And if they don't do it like that, that's when you lose points with characters, because then they go into this ridiculous fucking character and whatnot. And I think that's what hurts 205, is that they have to be, honestly, it has to be booked kind of like NXT. Even if it's live show, it should still be booked like NXT. It should be a more small scale stature of everything. What it can be done is don't air it after the fucking main event and air it before the main event.
Why do they insist on pushing it so hard and not just taking advantage of the Performance Center?
Yeah.
And that studio down there, I don't know why.
It should be filmed with NXT.
It really should be, and then
it don't have to be live.
And here's the other thing about it is, like, if they want to, you don't want to, like, we just got through having a strong case for not calling NXT a downgrade.
Yeah.
So to take it to that level does not mean a downgrade. It means a reorganization, because it's a different style.
Yeah.
That's what I think. It needs a different style. It needs to shake that up.
And I think the smaller crowds will really help it.
People who are invested, help.
Because NXT crowd is invested in the characters that the NXT built. So I think 205 being filmed the same way, I think it will work a bit better.
One thing you definitely say is, having watched PWG and having watched Ricochet matches, those crowds get hype.
Yeah.
And I probably did make a mistake by saying put them on 205, but could you imagine a 205 with a better setup, and then you have those guys with those styles, and the crowd would literally just fucking go nuts the entire hour, which would be great.
Ricochet is going to be gold no matter what. If he gets 205 NXT, he's going to be gold. Like, I think this is Triple H's. He's been wanting to sign Ricochet for quite some time, so he has an idea in mind for Ricochet already.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
okay.
he likes the kid a lot, and basically like, he likes the heart that he has and everything like that. So he already has something in mind. I think he's going to NXT just the fact that Triple H is the one that's really pushing to sign him.
Okay. Okay.
So it's more on Triple H than anyone else. So I think him being NXT would be great. I could see him at NXT champion, and think of the matches you could see out of him. You could see him versus Velveteen Dream, see him versus Alex the Black, Adam Cole, fucking Drew McIntyre, fucking
Cien almost.
Oney Larkin, Cien Almas, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. All these fucking amazing matches. If they want to do another CWC part 2, put him in that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Have him fight like fucking. Imagine the shit that he could do in 205 with Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali, Tony Nese, TJ Perkins, fucking Brian Kendrick, fucking Great Metalik. There's a lot of
did you see
matches?
Great Metalik's awesome black outfit last week?
I know. He looked like he had a symbiote on him.
Yeah, he looked like a symbiote Spider-Man. Yeah, he looked cool. He looked really cool.
Ricochet could really benefit. I think WWE could really benefit from him too, seeing his nationality and everything like that. And he's just a good-hearted person. Like he has a good mentality for wrestling. He has a lot of good friends in WWE right now, which could actually be a good thing also.
Okay.
And then I think his girl is getting signed as well, Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, she's good though.
Yeah,
she's good.
I think she's going to NXT as well.
She's good though. All right.
Yeah. And then so those are the signings and everything like that. Those are the future of what's gonna happen. Usually WWE always signs people around that WrestleMania time and shit for that big buzz. Mm-hmm. So those are a few people I could see really going to WWE. I could see a couple more, but that's down the road. There's a lot of talks of Bobby Lashley maybe coming back to WWE. We'll see, because honestly, I don't want to see another. I really don't want to see Lesnar no more. So if you're gonna build people for Lesnar, I don't want to see it.
I wouldn't mind Bobby Lashley. Like after he's been gone and has been in the TNA for as long as he has and gotten way better. Yeah, I could see Bobby Lashley coming back. I think he's said, because I've heard him do podcasts with Sam and Colt Cabana recently. Like I think he's not saying no if there's an offer. So
I could see him returning, especially maybe Royal Rumble time, because this is when you always have some of those surprise entrances and shit like that.
I was gonna ask specifically, who do you think, if you could get one wrestler that you think that's recently out of a contract that might show up
right now?
Yes, right now, because Royal Rumble is what, 2 weeks or next week?
Because I'm just such a personally a fan of his. Ricochet.
Okay.
I love Ricochet. I think he's an amazing talent, and I think he could be used any which way you want to use him.
Okay.
So I'll say Ricochet. I really would like to see Ricochet. But I do want to see more NXT.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm sure he could probably go there too, maybe. Right?
Anyone else?
Can you show up in the Rumble and then go back to NXT?
No. Well, it happened to Ty.
Oh, well. Yeah, true enough.
They fucked that up for Ty.
Just so many missteps with that dude, and he's been great the entire way through.
Yeah, and his match has been a lot better too. He has some great matches on SmackDown. I think he's underrated.
Mm-hmm. He's one of those guys that has a simple style, but he knows how to fine tune it enough.
Yeah,
that that everything looks just different and better.
Yeah.
Like he does regular suplexes, he'll do a drop kick and a punch, and for some reason he's kind of like The Rock, how he sells his version of the generic move way better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who else? None else that like in the contract, because I know Omega has one more year. Omega would be my number one. I don't know.
I know it wouldn't happen, but I would honestly want Kota Ibushi to come. Yeah. Maybe to go on 205 or something, but like I just need some different people there.
Yeah. Sadly, that was supposed to be the match in Mania. It was supposed to be Kota Ibushi versus Neville.
Really? I didn't know that.
That was the original idea of it.
I did not know that. That would have been a way better match.
Yeah. I feel like Austin Aries was underrated in some ways. Like he was really good on the mic, but I think they didn't use his good. They didn't use his good aspects for the build up. They just used what he did before, and that was it.
I think so too.
And I think they didn't give them that mark to do something great either.
Him and Neville were trying to elevate the show.
Yeah,
which I think they did.
I think they still had a better match than most of the.
Yeah,
most of WrestleMania as well.
I mean, to be honest, they had what 3 matches? I think 2 out of them were really, really good though.
Yeah,
like above most 205 matches. So yeah,
it's a good wrestling feature. I think wrestling again is extremely popular now than it was before. A lot of people are tuning in, and now New Japan is being seen more in America. And then you have ROH.
If you take away 10 years, right?
Yeah,
it's definitely more popular than it was 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I could agree with that.
One thing I'll say, and I'll admit to it, is just the fact that like watching what I've been through, Total Divas, things like that brought in a whole new market for WWE and people tuning in for the women's division and stuff, because you actually see the personalities of the women as well. I think they could do better with the women's division. The women has the talent, so that really bothers me about it. I think the women's talent now is better than I ever were, like in the ring wise.
I believe so. I could agree with that.
I think is the most talented since maybe Trish, Ivory, Victoria.
Yeah, since back then, yes. Yeah, like literal talented, yes.
Mic wise, I think Alexis is probably better than everyone on the mic, and I wish they used that more on her, because right now she pretty much took a back step to Absolution. They need to stop these 6 women tags. They really need to stop these 6 women tags.
I wasn't tired of them. I wasn't upset with this one last week for one reason.
What?
Because Becky Lynch was back. That's it.
Yeah, that was it. Because I love Becky Lynch, but I don't need to see a 6 women tag every fucking week. On both shows.
No, thank you.
This is like lazy booking. Like, oh, let's just do that again. No. Fucking have one-on-one matches. Have story into the matches. It's simple. It's easy to do. Just fucking do it better.
And honestly, please, can you start with the tag division for women?
If you're gonna tag team women all the damn time, make the tag team belts.
That's the same way I feel about 205. Yeah. It's like useless tag teams.
Yeah. So things we need for 2018: women's tag titles, men's tag, and cruiserweight tag titles.
Yeah.
Women's tag titles should be 1 belt and it should be cross brand.
Okay, I see that.
It should not be 2 titles, because there's not enough women to make a rivalry with the tag belts. Because I think there's 12 on one and 13 on the other show. Okay. You can't really do a good tag division with just 13 girls.
Okay.
Especially if you have one going for the world title, then you also want some side things. But other than that, like, you need a women's tag title. Make them white and with blue and red, and have them cross brand, because I think it will show. And to defend the title, that will be the only way you could defend the title if you're a champion, and you could defend them cross brand.
I see that. I can see that.
I would like that. I think the women deserve it. I think there's a lot of talent, and I've said this before on a podcast. Maybe if you can't find the niche for a girl being a singles wrestler, she might find her niche in a tag team.
Yes, I agree.
And it gives them more opportunity, because it's not fair that guys could go through a whole career just being a tag team and actually be established stars, and women can't.
Although I will say it's still bad. Shelton Benjamin cannot hold that microphone. Yo, he stuttered mad hard. I was with him on the ride.
Yeah,
he stopped for a second, just trying to get the word out, and I was like, "Damn, you lost me, homie. Stop."
You need your mama back.
Just pay it.
Just used to have his mama come out with him.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Wow, that really was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need a women's tag match. We need a women's tag title match. I think we have enough roster, especially if you're not using them for the title picture, you could definitely use them for the tag teams. Like right now, you have Sasha and Bayley like inseparable right now. They're always in tag matches. At least make them 4 titles now.
I agree.
Nia Jackson, Alexa Bliss. If Alexa loses the title, you can have her as the first women's tag match champion.
I agree. Do it.
Yeah, Peyton Royce coming up. Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. They are automatic tag team. They should get the titles first.
Why not? Do it.
So, like, yeah, that's something that's simple. But you know what? Talking like this is like NXT making the mid-card title. Like, they just haven't done it. There's in talks. They haven't done it.
Oh, really? They were supposed to be one? Wow.
Oh, yeah. They've been talking about a mid-card title since 2014.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, because there was the big plan during that time for the mid-card was for Tyler Breeze.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Tyler Breeze was gonna be the first one to get the belt, but they didn't know what they wanted to do, if they was gonna do a weight class, because originally that was the first thought for the NXT title was to be a cruiserweight title.
They should do television title.
Yeah. The network title.
Yo, okay, that's even better. All right.
Yeah, they're on the network, so or it'd be the Hulu title, because that's the only thing.
Shit, damn.
But yeah,
streaming title.
Yeah. There's a lot of things going on. Royal Rumble's like about a week away, 2 weeks away.
Yes.
There's a lot of matches just announced. I think we'll do that next week, and when the roster's more, the card is more closer to be done, and then we do our prediction show like we do every year and everything. And yeah, we'll do a whole thing with that. I want to end this cast on a sad note, sadly, because Paige just got during a house show. It was a tag match with Sasha Banks Bayley. We were talking about Sasha Banks Bayley. They're always in tag matches. Versus it was Mandy Rose. It was Absolution versus Sasha Banks, Mickie James, and Bayley. During a spot where Paige was on the floor like a sit up. Sasha Banks went for a dropkick and hit her towards her neck. And she got the whiplash and she lost feeling in her arms.
Oh, it was painful to watch. I saw the footage. It was like 30 seconds long, but it looked like she was in a car crash. Like she couldn't move. Yeah,
she couldn't get up. She was like in shock too, because imagine that happening in front of everybody and you can't feel anything. It's like waking up when your arm fell asleep.
Oh yeah,
and you try to get up and you can't. You have no motion in it.
Yeah,
it's like that. Sadly, this is another reason why I really hate wrestling fans at times. Everyone's like pointing fingers at Sasha Banks that she injured her. When God knows, if you ever talk to Paige and anything like that, or hear from like that, she doesn't blame no one. It happens. It's the sport. Everyone gets hurt. No one. It's a team effort. Yeah, shit, it happens. Yeah, but she just came out of a neck surgery before, so there was a big 50-50 chance that may happen again. Look at Edge. Look at Austin. Look at Lita. I could give you a list of fucking neck injuries that cost people career because it is a sensitive area. Sadly, Paige has to end her wrestling career at 24.
That's how old she is?
Yeah.
She's not 24, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So imagine you've been doing this all your fucking life and this is all you know. Had it taken away from you at such an early age.
Well, I mean, I guess she's kind of lucky that at least she made it this far, because she should at least have something in the fallback, like a nest egg.
She has her like
I mean,
she actually has a clothing line that just came out that's doing actually quite well.
Oh, good. You see what I mean? Like, but like at least she got to build something while she was there.
And she's a really big part. And to this day, she is going to be the pioneer of the women's revolution of nowadays. She's the one that really got people looking at it with her and Emma's match. She is a Divas champ. She is a first NXT Women's champ. She's probably one of the best wrestlers in the ring. Period. Like, in going into style wise, like I felt like her style was missing from the women's division because she's more of a brawler technician style.
Yes.
So I felt like it was missing and everything like that. But I feel like she still should be a personality. Do what you did with Corey Graves. Give her the mic because I think she's a really good talker. And she can actually carry herself.
They don't have a dedicated women's commentator, do they?
Yeah, no, they don't. So then there you go. And especially if you're doing another women's tournament or if you're going to do a women's show, which I think what's going to happen is that the women may have their own show eventually.
I would hope so.
Yeah, so I think it's like there's a lot more in WWE that she can do, and I think she could benefit from. And then also, she still should be the mic piece for Absolution.
Okay, I see that.
I still see her being a manager for Absolution. I don't see her leaving because she could, like, she's not fully injured, as in she has to like wear a brace or anything to the point, but her injury is more if you fall on your head like that again, that's it.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so she could still do manager things. She could pull people's legs and like that. She could be able to take a hit here and there, but she won't be able to take like a really big.
So
bump
essentially, she turns into Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Imagine if the women get their own show and she's the GM of the show.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So there's a lot of things she could do. It's sad to really hear because I don't like hearing none of the news like this from nobody. Like when Daniel Bryan happened, it hurt the heart. Edge really hurt the heart.
Yeah.
Austin, Lita's like I hate when they fucking replay that fucking move all the time.
Because you know what the sad thing is? That was a moment that happened during one of her best matches too.
Yeah, so and they always aim for it.
Yeah,
and it scares. You know what scares the shit out of me? Because Sasha Banks, when she does the dive, she always lands like that too, and it scares the shit out of me every single time. I'm like, stop landing like that. You're gonna die. But me being a fan and me being a fan of what the wrestlers do, and I actually done it myself and things like that. I always take it really to the heart when I hear things like that because you know what? I'm a fan of these people. I see what they do and I know the sacrifices they do. And it's really hard to see, especially how young she is and how much she could have done within the business. I had her winning the Royal Rumble, actually. I had her being the first winner of the Royal Rumble, and I had her fighting Asuka at WrestleMania.
You saying that makes me just go like, that probably was the plan too.
Yeah. But it's really sad to hear. But now, you know what? The girl's got to step up and you got to find someone to take that spot, and that's hers. And she made her spot known, and she was always very popular. She's always great. I always enjoyed her matches. Always enjoyed the aggressiveness she put in her matches. So thank you, Paige, for what you did. And it's sad to hear you go, but hopefully there's more for you in the future to come. I think she's still going to be part of TV and everything like that. So it's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad to see something like that happen, but thankfully there was no life-threatening injury.
Yeah,
which is the last thing you want. You want
at least she walked out from it.
You don't want her to be like Draws. You know what I mean?
Exactly. There's always could be worse.
Yeah.
But at least you could walking into legs. At least you could have a life without having like a lot of pains or anything like that. So
yeah. So I mean, I wish her the best.
Yep. Other than that, we're gonna wrap up today. Nice Shoot the Shit podcast. We talked about everything going on. We talked about the recent new signings soon and everything like that. Royal Rumble's in 2 weeks, so we'll have our prediction show next week. Now, hopefully, I'll get Chapstar and Mini with Opinion for that show, so we can all have our predictions and everything like that. Follow us on all our social medias. Follow us on Facebook with the Wrestling Babble and the Recycle Inc. Follow us on Mark with the Mic, where SoundCloud, which I will have both shows on Recycle Inc. Follow our YouTube channels, which you can catch our podcast, our edited versions and our live versions, and you also catch our video game Let's Plays, more wrestling predictions and I'll be doing the WWE 2K18 wrestling predictions for Rumble and everything like that. So stay tuned for those. And stay tuned for Red Second because we got a lot of things coming. Hopefully we could go into some more cons and more. I'm trying to get wrestling con tickets. I think it's in June.
And where's that going to be at?
It's in upstate New York. Metro North train goes there. It's pretty easy to get to. So I think that'll be kind of a fun thing for us to do. Get some pictures with old wrestlers and things like that.
All right.
And there's a lot of good things. Me and Louis Beans work our ass off to make a free show keep going. So please listen, and subscribe to everything we do. And thank you very much.
We appreciate it very much.
Forever and always, follow Jenkins
with them sandwiches.
You can have a steel chair with your hand too if you want to do a wrestling.
Please don't bring a Japanese chair. Jericho learned the hard way.
They break everywhere. Or the Japanese tables, they're fucking thick as hell.
And it's the opposite. Oh my god, that's why I love Botchamania, the Japanese table.
Yeah. But thank you guys for supporting and listening. Again, please subscribe our channels. We very much appreciate it, and there'll be more to come.
They're coming to get us.
Yep. Next week, Royal Rumble prediction show, and we'll see you later. Peace.